Going to be talking about Machu Picchu. It's one of the 10 wonders of the world. It's located in Peru. So maybe if we have any students coming from South America, they've visited, or maybe you've visited. It's kind of like one of the Great Walls. It's like the Great Wall of China, but in Peru. It's one of the things people say they have to see before they die. And we're going to take a look at why. We're also going to have a discussion of what you can do for Machu Picchu. So can you take a bus up? Do you hike? Who carries your bags? Things like that. So we'll learn some new vocabulary. We already have one student in class. Welcome, Eugene.
Hello, welcome.
Nice to meet you. I haven't had you in class before. Are you new to Verbling?
I didn't catch you. Can you repeat, please?
Yes. So are you new to Verbling?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
And when did you join Verbling?
I'm from Belarus, and I find the link to Verbling in Facebook, and I wanted to try to talk with foreign students and with you.
Yeah, this is definitely a great resource for getting to chat and to speak with people. Once people join class, you'll see all of our students are from throughout all of the world. Sometimes our classes will be more, I've noticed at certain hours, I have students from certain areas. Sometimes it's Europe, sometimes it's Mexico, sometimes it's South America, sometimes Vietnam, but we usually have a really great mix of students. And so Amanda, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to class. Can you introduce yourself as well? So where are you?
Okay. My name is Amanda. I'm from Brazil.
Sorry, you're from where?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. And so have you ever been to Machu Picchu? Because it is in Peru. So, I don't know. It's kind of close. It's not too far. Okay. So once again, we have all of our students in class. So welcome, guys. And today's topic is Machu Picchu. And that's in Peru. Has anyone visited Machu Picchu before? So have you visited?
No, I have never been in Machu Picchu.
Yeah, so you've never been to Machu Picchu. Good. Me either. I haven't. What about anyone else? It's probably no's for most people. It's a remote location, and I'll write that in chat. Remote. So it's not easy to find or to get to. So it's not easy to visit. All right. And does anyone know what Machu Picchu is? Do you guys have an idea of what this place is?
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Machu Picchu is in Peru. In Peru. I'm from Spain. I never visited Peru or South America.
Okay, so you've never been there. Yeah, it's kind of far from Spain. That's very true. And so do you guys know what it is? What is Machu Picchu? Any ideas?
Machu Picchu is the ruins of the city of the Inca Imperium?
Yeah, so it's the ruins of the Incas in Peru. And where is it in Peru? Do you know where it may be located at all? Not the city, but what's unique about it? So what is different about this city? Any ideas?
I don't know.
It's all right. Not just asking you, don't worry, Juan. So anyone in class can respond. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I would love to visit this place. Okay, it's unique because it's the city on top of the mountains. All right, so you have these ruins so high up. You're in the clouds, and we still don't know how they survived up at that altitude. Okay, and they had a pretty civilized nation, even though this is thousands of years ago. Okay, so just some of these pictures to show you guys. It's incredibly beautiful. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're going to work with a worksheet just to structure our class. And so I'm going to post the link for you all. So if you haven't downloaded it, you can download it now. I just have to wait for Verbling to download. It's being a little slow right now. All right. So I'm just waiting. All right. So my first discussion question to you guys is, so we've talked about, the Incas lived in this village. It's located in Peru. It's in the mountains. And then who invaded South America? So who invaded South America?
I think is Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, and what country was he from?
He's from Spain, I think.
Yeah, so the Spanish invaded South America, and that's one of the reasons why they speak Spanish in Mexico and in those countries. Not Brazil, though. I know you speak Portuguese.
I think because it was a colony of Spain. Mexico, for that they speak Spanish.
And so, do you know what the Spanish and some of the other Europeans brought with them to the New World?
Sorry?
So, what did the Europeans bring to this New World? Any ideas? What happened when the Spanish and the Dutch and the British arrived? Was it a peaceful meeting between the natives and the Europeans?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Do you think it was peaceful? Any other opinions out there?
I mean, they came there, I mean, to practice their traditions and their customs. Yeah.
So when they arrived, what they actually did was they killed all the natives.
Yeah.
So they shot them, but then they brought smallpox with them. Does anyone know what smallpox is?
Smallpoxes.
So smallpox.
No.
No. So this disease no longer exists today. Okay. So it's a disease, and it killed a lot of people in the past.
Yeah, it killed a lot of people in the past in the same time, I think. A group of people killed in the same time.
Well, yeah, for people in South America and in North America, they all died during the era of exploration.
Yeah, and it's have an infection, I think.
Yeah, it's some kind of infection. You get bumps. It's kind of like chicken pox, but worse. Deadly chicken pox is how we can think of it. Okay,
Yeah.
so when the Spanish and when the Europeans arrived, they not only killed the natives, so the Incas, they had a few wars with them, but they killed them with disease, and that was not intentional. Okay, and so the last question that we have is, do you know what a World Heritage Site is? So does anyone know what a World Heritage Site is? What could that be? Or maybe an example, you may have a World Heritage Site in your town, especially if you're from Europe. Something from the medieval ages maybe is a World Heritage Site. Or if we have any folks from India, from Delhi especially. No? Okay. So this is a complicated vocabulary word, and I'll help you guys out. World Heritage Site. It's something that is protected by the government and an organization, a specific historical organization, and they protect national monuments and sites regarding culture. So Machu Picchu, the ancient city, is a World Heritage Site because it shows the history of Peru. Okay, so it's very important to that culture and their history, where they came from, and it gives us a lot of insight into people who lived in that area at that time. So right now, the city of Delhi is fighting to become a World Heritage Site. All right, and they do that with UNESCO. So UNESCO is one of those organizations that is protecting these very beautiful and very important cultural monuments and cities and things like that. Is that okay? Does anyone have any questions?
So we are gonna to study about this the states of Peru.
So we're going to take a look at this one small village on top of a mountain, Machu Picchu. So these were just some pre-reading questions to understand the history of the area and to know some vocabulary. So World Heritage Site, so it's protected today. You can't destroy it. And then smallpox, the disease that killed all of the people living in this town. It's located in the Andes Mountains in Peru. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the blue section. And would anyone like to start reading for us?
Me, yes.
Okay, great.
You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Machu Picchu is the ruins of a small city built in 1,400 centuries. By
1400s, in the 1400s.
1400s.
Good.
By the Inca Indians. It is found high in the Andes Mountains range in central Peru, South Africa. Machu Picchu
South
is
America.
South America. Machu Picchu is 6,750 feet above sea level, set in a tropical forest between two mountains. The Urubamba rivers can be seen 3,000 feet below. The city likely served as a country state for Inca nobles and as a religious retreat. It covered about 5 square miles and had 200 buildings. These include a palace, temples, storage building, and many smaller houses for servants. Fine craftsmen used local stone to build these structures, all of which were designed to fit into the landscape. Terrace gardens with irrigation channels were built on the city steep slopes to grow potatoes and corn for the community. Stone stairways connected the different levels.
Good. So we're going to stop there and just review a little bit. What century was Machu Picchu built in?
It was in 15th century.
Yeah, in the 15th century. Good. So in the 1400s. And who built Machu Picchu?
Inca Indian.
The Inca Indians built Machu Picchu. Okay, and what mountain range is the city found in?
This is the Andres Mountain.
Yeah,
In central Peru, of South America.
Yeah, so we can find it in the Andes mountain range, which is in central Peru. Okay. And how many feet above sea level is it?
6,750 feet.
Is that high? Do you think that's very high?
Yes, it's
nice.
almost like Mount Everest.
Yeah, it's pretty high. Like
Yeah.
Mount Everest, we compare it to that, or Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, Mount Everest is 8,800 feet.
Good. Good job, guys. And so the Incas lived in the city, but what kind of Incas specifically?
Sorry?
So the Inca Indians lived in Machu Picchu, but was it the poor Incas or the wealthy Incas who lived in Machu Picchu? So if we take a look at the wealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Inca nobles. And what was it used as for the Inca nobles? Why did they go so high up into the mountains?
It's to serve a country, like serve state, something like that.
So it's a country
For religious,
state.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It means for religious activities, something like that.
Yeah, and so they're high up on the mountain, and so they're close to God. So it's a religious retreat. So you can think of it kind of as like a Mecca for them.
Yeah.
In the past. All right, good. And so it's very beautiful. That's what they're telling us. They give us descriptions of palaces, temples, storage buildings. It was beautiful and very organized.
Yeah.
Okay. And someone want to finish reading for us?
Yes, can I read? But I mean, I don't have the city web because it's hard, I hardly see. Okay, no problem. If I can read.
Yeah, so you can find the link. I can post it again for you.
Okay.
All right. And it's in Verbling chat.
Yes.
So it's www.box.com.
Okay, I find it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 So, in which, so from only novels.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll start.
Mm-hmm.
So only nobles and priests and their servants. Sorry.
Priests.
priests. Yes, only
Yes.
nobles and priests and their servants would have known about Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu.
Machu Picchu, yeah. By 1527. Half of the Inca population had died of smallpox. In the next few years, many more people were killed in civil wars between rival groups. When the Spanish conquered Peru in 1532, the city was probably already abandoned and forgotten. So the Incas or the Inca.
The Incas.
So the Incas had no written language, and the Spanish never discovered Machu Picchu. So the city remained forgotten until 1911. That year, an American historian and his local guides
Guides.
happened to open the ruined city. A few years later, an article appeared in the National Geographic Society magazine. Archaeologists and tourists have been visiting it ever since. In 1983, the United Nations named Machu Picchu World Heritage Site. Today, it is Peru's largest tourist attraction and is visited by 500,000 people each year. Some experts are concerned about the damage that so many visitors may be doing to the city.
Good. So who knew about the city in the past? Who knew about the city? We said that only the wealthy and only the nobles would visit. And then they tell us specifically who would have known about the city.
Nobles and priests.
Nobles, priests, and their servants. Yeah.
And their servants.
And so, what happened by 1527? What had happened?
Population had died of smallpox.
And what's the other reason? Why had they died as well? Smallpox and...
Yeah, and the war also.
They killed by that. Yeah.
In civil wars between rival groups.
Yeah. So they were having problems before the Spanish arrived, and so they were killed by other groups. And then the Spanish came in 1532, and this city was probably already abandoned when they got there, just because it's so far away. It's so difficult to get to. Did the Incas have a written language? So did the Incas have a written language?
Sorry?
No.
No, in Spanish.
Oh, so they didn't write. They only spoke their language.
Yeah.
And what year did we discover Machu Picchu? What year did we discover Machu Picchu? It had been hidden for so long.
911.
Yeah, in 1911. And what country found it?
American.
Yeah, and Americans found
United States of America.
Good. And how many tourists visit Machu Picchu each year?
500,000 people each year.
Yeah.
So that's a lot for a city that is very high up in the mountain.
It will cause damages.
Yeah. So it's pretty difficult to get to. All right, so now we're going to play a small game just to review for some new students. True or false? All right, so 1, Machu Picchu was built in the 15th century. Is it true or is
True.
it false? Yeah,
True.
it's true. All right, 2, all of the Inca population knew about Machu Picchu.
No, it's false.
False.
False. So who knew about Machu Picchu?
Just few people from American.
Maybe only nobles and priests.
Yeah, only a few people, the nobles and the priests.
The Nobel, yeah.
Yeah.
The wealth people.
3, all of the Inca people were killed by the Spanish conquerors.
It's false.
False.
Yeah, who killed the Incas? Or what killed the Incas?
Smallpox.
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 Smallpox and other people living in the area.
Yeah.
4, the Incas wrote a lot about Machu Picchu.
Oh, false.
False. Why is it?
I think it's noisy. If we can,
Yes,
I hear breezy.
Yeah, it's a little... It's calmed down a bit. It's not...
Easy. The person second, I don't his name. I think the noisy is from him.
Okay.
Can you put your miss far away or no,
So
please?
yeah. Sorry, I think it's you, Eugene. Sorry. So when you move, it rustles and we hear a noise. Just letting you know. But you're okay right now.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, guys. That's all right. Okay, so they didn't write a lot about Machu Picchu. And number 5, Peru's largest tourist attraction may be in danger. What does it tell us at the end? What do critics say? Or experts say? Sorry.
False.
So it is true. And why is it true? What do experts say in the last paragraph?
It is some experts are concerned about the damage that so many visitors may be doing to the site.
And so can you explain that at all? What is the problem with tourists who visit?
Yes. When it is a lot of people, going to the site, they will, damage it by touching and moving such, states and such rocks. The site is built with.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll just ruin it by touching it, by walking on it.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. And also by, how we call it, pollution.
Yeah, so there is a bus to the city. So pollution as well as trash.
Yes, trash, that's it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So the next people, what we will see, they won't see a natural seed. They will see a seed, full of those scratch and, is moving.
Yeah, they'll have to change it somehow to preserve it so that not as many people walk on certain parts and destroy certain things. And we've had problems with that in the US. I'm sure you guys have noticed maybe in your own towns if you live in a village that is visited a lot. There may be some problems with tourists. Tourists bring in money, but they also tend to destroy things, not on purpose. So, we're going to take a look at the vocabulary review. Okay, just to work on some new words. All right. And it says choose the word or words with the closest meaning to the underlined words in the following sentences. So what we're doing is we're working with similes. So we want to find 1 or 2 or even 3 words, if they're all correct, that mean the same thing. All right. So if we take a look at number 1, and we're going to do number 1 as a class. Okay. Machu Picchu is the ruins of a small city built by the Inca Indians. So we want to find words.
A.
Okay, so we want to find a word that means ruins. So A is a story. So it's not A.
No,
I
it's
think it's B.
remains.
Yeah, it's destroyed remains, B. Okay. So I'm going to give the rest of these out to students in class. And the students that don't get a number, you're going to have a word in the next part. So don't be afraid. Everyone will get to participate. It'll just be a slightly different exercise. Okay?
Okay.
So, I can't pronounce your name. You've been participating a lot, though. Chauki?
Yes.
Okay. You're number 2.
Okay.
Eugene, number 3.
Okay.
Feiruz, 4. Julio.
Julio.
Yes. 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Nandre, 6. And then
Okay.
Prancing Pony, 7.
Okay.
Awesome. And so I'll give you guys a few minutes to find your answers. And then don't worry, Sakutara, Silvio, and Vera.
Okay.
You guys will have words when we do the next exercise. Okay? So we'll start whenever Chauki is ready, because he's our number 2. And does anyone need any help before we start? Or not know their number?
Can I start?
Yeah, so what number were you? Where are you?
So I'm number 2.
Yeah, so we're going to go in order just to make it a little easier.
Okay, yeah. So can I reply the question too?
Yeah, so read
Okay.
the sentence and the answers.
Okay. The city likely served as a country estate for Inca nobles. So here the choice is people of high position, farmer, and soldier. And the correct answer is people of high position, number A.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
Great job. So yeah, if each person can do it exactly the same way, that would be great.
Thank you so much.
And so we have a question from the Verbling chat. Am I a native English speaker? What do you guys think?
Sorry, what was the question?
Am I a native English speaker?
Am I an English native speaker?
Me, Laura, the teacher.
you.
What do you guys think?
Absolutely, you are.
Yeah, so if you guys are questioning that, I'm absolutely a native speaker. Don't worry. and I majored in English literature. A little bit different, but so grammar is my strength.
Huh?
Okay. So good. Can we do number 2 with Eugene?
Yes, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
The buildings included a palace, temple, and houses. I think it's buildings for worshipping a god.
Exactly. So A again for number 3.
But can you explain me what does it mean worshipping?
Can you worshiping? Worshiping means to pray to.
Pray, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
And maybe even the idea of loving or adoring your god or gods, depending on your religion.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, and number 4 was Feiruz.
Okay. Number 4, because did you put the link on the chat box?
I did. I can post it again.
You mean number 4, vocabulary review?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, number 4. The structures were designed to fit into the landscape. Gardens, city, the natural surrounding land.
And so what do you think is the answer? And remember, you can choose more than one.
Okay, maybe. Let me take a look on them.
And so, do you need a little bit of help, Feiruz?
Can I help?
No,
you?
because in fact I didn't read the text because I just came.
So I can answer instead of her, okay?
Don't do it.
I think the city.
Not yet.
Yes, the city.
Okay. So, it is not B, the city. So
So-
does anyone? Ooh.
Yes, I can give you the answer.
Okay. So what is the answer?
It is the natural surrounding land.
Yeah,
Yes.
the natural
And
surrounding.
also we can say gardens.
Yeah. So it's both A and C.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Good job.
Thank you, Shauki.
Never mind are the most welcome.
Mhm.
Okay. And so, Julia, right?
Yes,
Number
yes.
5. Okay.
Many people were killed in civil wars between rival groups. A, Indian, B, Spanish, C, enemy. So my answer is supposed to be B, Spanish, or maybe supposed to be C, enemy. I think both correct because enemy is also maybe correct in Spanish.
Yeah. So rival means enemy, and so C is correct. And the other two are not correct in this instance because we're looking for synonyms, words that mean the same. So enemy is correct. Good job. Okay.
But how about the Spanish? We refer to the text like, we are talking about the the history in the text. I just say the writing there like many people were killed. So the people were killed by Spanish, and because Spanish is the enemy.
They were, but they mentioned here.
Like Peru. Yep.
They mention here civil war. So, so in the United States, we had a civil war between the North and the South over slaves. And they had a civil war between probably land and money. It's usually what people fight about, land and money. So a civil war is between the same group of people. So it was between other people in that area that were probably other types of groups of Inca Indians or Peruvian Indians, whatever they called them.
Okay,
So
thanks.
civil war is a key word. Yeah, but good job. Number 6, prancing pony. All right.
No, 7. 27.
Oh, you're 7. Yeah, okay, so do 7.
6, number 6.
Okay, number 6. I thought someone said they were okay. Yeah, so whatever number I gave you, I think you're right. It was number 6. Would you like some help at all?
Just read it out.
So it's all right. Would anyone like to do it instead? Maybe Silvio or Vera? Would you like?
Yeah. I can help.
Hold on, because you had a number. So Silvio?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Go.
May I speak?
Maybe discovered. A discovered.
Yeah, just read it. Number 7.
We're at number 6.
Yeah. But the numbers, the roll number is 7.
Okay.
No, number 7.
No, sorry.
Okay. So
number 6.
Okay, so for number 6, when the Spanish conquered Peru, the city was probably already forgotten. What's another word for conquered?
Conquered.
So discovered is to find.
Confused? Is conquered is like colonized? It's like colonized?
Yes.
Something like
Yes.
Yeah, colonized, because Spanish were colonized, Peru were colonized by Spanish, right?
Yes.
So what word could that be? Would it be discovered, defeated, or bought? Conquered or colonized?
I think it is the second one.
Discovered.
I think it is the second one, defeated.
It is defeated.
Yeah.
So conquered means to defeat.
Okay, I don't understand the words defeated. What is that?
Okay, you can explain to him.
No, why don't you explain? It'll give you a chance to speak. So another word we can use for defeat then is to beat, to win a victory, I guess. Win a victory. Okay. Does that help a little bit, Julia?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. And so number 7 then. So in 1911, an American historian happened upon the ruined city. So what happened upon? Found by chance, wrote about, or studied?
About? Wrote about?
So it is not
B.
wrote about.
Yeah.
So it is not B.
A.
No.
It is A. It's found by chance.
Found by change.
So when the American historian was walking through the Peruvian jungle, he happened upon Machu Picchu. He found by chance Machu Picchu. Okay. All right, and so would you like to still work on some vocabulary for those of you who didn't receive a number? Or would you prefer to have a small discussion for the end of class? It's up to you. Vocabulary right here or discussion? And the last discussion?
Discussion, yes.
Okay, great. And so,
Vocabularies.
all right, so we have a tie. Who wants to break the tie? Who wants to decide for class?
I am.
So we need one or two more opinions. We have two
to vote. Which one is valid?
So Eugene, what would you like to study? Vocabulary or discussion?
I never mind. I can discuss, and I'm with pleasure work with vocabulary list.
Okay.
But
well, that
we have
wasn't
to choose
helpful.
one. We have to choose one. So you have to vote. Which one? Vocabulary or
so
yeah,
it's disqualified from the vote.
Yeah.
And what about Feiruz? What would you like to do? Vocabulary?
Sorry,
Or...
of course I'd like to do practice on vocabulary.
Okay.
Whoa, that's nice.
So we're doing vocabulary. So hopefully everyone will do
Thank
that.
you so much, Feiruz, to be in my class.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to give you each a number again, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to start opposite direction with Vera, number 1. Okay, Prancing Pony 2, Julio 3, Feiruz 4, Eugene 5, Ursin Han 6, Chauki 7, and Astuman 8. Okay, so we'll give you guys a few minutes and we'll go over the vocabulary just in time for the end of class.
Okay.
And so what you have to do is you have to find the word on the other side.
Okay.
Oof. So we'll start in 1 minute. All right. Okay, so can we start?
Yes.
We lost a few students. All right, so Vera, do you know what number 1 is in a state?
For this question.
Okay, so why don't we do this then together as a class?
Okay.
So an estate is what?
I think it is the letter C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and can you read that?
Yes, it is a large piece of property.
Yeah, exactly.
Property, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, and number 2. All right, so, and number 2, what is a retreat?
It's a quiet, restful place.
Yeah, a quiet, restful place. Good. What is terraced?
Terrace is, wait. Terrace is an area of rising ground of sloping land.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Irrigation. So farmers use irrigation during the summertime.
Yeah. It means to water.
Mm-hmm. And so what letter would that be on our list?
It is the number, it's the letter H, the watering system.
Exactly. So water.
Yeah.
What is steep?
D?
Steep. Sorry, number 5.
Yeah, steep.
It's in the letter K, having a sharp or big slope or incline.
Perfect. Letter K.
Yeah.
And what's a slope?
Slope.
So sorry, that's my mistake. Number 3 is L, having a series of sloping levels.
Number 3?
So 3 is L. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that means we change our answer for number 6.
What, sorry, number 3 is?
Is letter L, having a series of sloping levels. So I can show you a picture.
Okay.
It's kind of the idea of like a vineyard or a rice farm.
Okay.
Oh, it's not. Here we go. Screen share. That's me. Hello. This one. So that's terrace. So many sloping levels. And this is actually from Peru. Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what is then a slope? It has to be the answer we used for number 3, which was?
An area of rising ground.
Yeah, so it's G.
Yeah, an area of rising ground or slanting land.
Good. What is abandon? The English is abandoned.
Abandon, it's like French, and I like master French. It is go away from. It means go away from a place.
Yeah, so J.
J, yeah.
All right, and what about 8? What is a priest?
It's a religious leader.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, guys. And what's a palace?
It's false. It's a castle.
It's the castle. So what word, what letter?
F.
I heard it. It's D.
Yeah,
And
it's like
Yeah, it's a large house of a noble person.
Noble
Yeah.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's a craftsman?
Yeah, craftsman.
Is a person skilled at working with his hand.
Yeah, that's it.
I. Good.
Yeah.
And 11?
Master.
What is a guide?
Is go away from.
No.
No, so that was abandon.
Okay, sorry.
No shouting. All right, so what is a guide?
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Guide.
So when you hike Machu Picchu, you need a guide for the trails.
Yeah, it's like a map.
It's an area. G.
No,
That's
it's
a
not.
large
G?
house.
You know, it's a piece of written. Of writing.
G.
Yeah, G.
It's E. So
no, it's person.
when you hike Machu Picchu, you need someone to show you the trails. They're usually called Sherpas, but you can call them a guide. When you go to a new place, you get a tour guide. So say if you're from Spain and you go to visit Paris, you can get a tour guide to show you the city. Okay. What's an article?
So guide is
writing.
it's which letter guide?
It's writing.
Guide is E.
It's piece of writing.
So 11 is E and 12 is B.
Yeah.
Yeah, so an article, so we read a short article today in class. So it's a piece of writing. You find articles in the New York Times, in newspapers, in magazines. All right. So this is where I'm going to end class.